Alright, sweet, and we're back. Yep, and we see Thresh and Cannon having banned out. Along with Twisted Fate and Morgana. Haven't really seen too much of Twisted so far, so that should be good to see. And we also see Lee Sin and Cassiopeia being banned out. So some interesting bans there. I have a feeling some of those might be targeted bans with the Cannon, the Cass, and the Morgana. And what is Jatha gonna pick? And again, we see that Nami come out. Nami's been a very, very popular pick this tournament. I think certainly a top tier support at the moment. And just let me know how the audio is, guys. If there's, I don't know if I'm too loud, too quiet, if there's echo, anything like that, just let me know. And Zyra and Wings of Greed being... Wings of Greed. Zyra and Zac being picked up for the purple team there. And we see Jarvan being picked up on the blue team. So they've got something like a Jarvan MF combo coming up possibly, along with that Nami wave. And yep, they're going to lock those in. And alright, we see an S soft locked on the purple team there. Unfortunately, we don't have our local ADC specialist around. Wait for it to give some commentary there, but I think Iz versus MF should be a relatively even lane, I think. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Feel free to call me out on the stream. And we see Casson being picked up for the purple team. And actually, hold up, I've got my duocaster, the Irate Pirate, coming back. So, 1 second, guys.
Yarr! It's the Irate Pirate coming on stream.
Sweet as. So, we see Casson has been picked up. He wasn't banned out. Casson's... Alright, there, and yep, please give us feedback on the sound quality, guys. Like, oh, there we go. We're just kind of. As I'm saying, yeah, feel free to give us some feedback. In fact, we appreciate feedback on the sound quality. We're doing our best to get it all sorted out.
Yeah, fail set up with one mic between 2 people at the moment.
Yeah.
What?
Alright, and we see Cassidy's actually been picked up by the purple team. I don't think I've seen Cassidy so far this tournament, but Cassidy is a very, very strong pick at the moment.
I don't think I've seen Cassidy ever. I don't think I've ever met him in real life.
Really?
I don't know. Do you know?
I had a few drinks on the other night. He's a decent guy.
Well, I don't know. Is he a decent guy? He looks pretty intimidating.
Well, when it came to pay, he said it was his round. He just riff walked out of the bar, so, you know, that's a little unfortunate.
Down buzz. Don't like the sound of that at all.
Let's give it a hefty bill.
Yeah, what a... Deserves to be stuck in the void.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting to see Cassidy versus Lux lane. That is a bit of a skill matchup, really. I mean, it comes down to if Cassidy tries to get too aggressive with his Qs early on, he risks getting light binding and losing singularity. And that plus the auto attack will just chunk down his HP pretty quickly. Once he gets to level 6, though, I mean, he stomps. But he stomps everything, let's be honest. And Jax, my old favorite, being picked up here. I really do think Jax versus Shen. Depends how Shen plays that lane, really, but I don't know. I quite like Jax. He's always one of my favorites. I know if Shen can sit there and trade with him with his Warfall blade before Jax hits 6, it will be quite strong. I mean, one thing to note as well is that Jax does have that stun, so if he catches Shen trying to TP, he can leap strike and cancel it if it's off cooldown, which is definitely a big deal. It's a long cooldown. Same with that teleport there. So it looks like blue team's going to be I don't know, hoping to get a lot of value out of that Shen pick. Late game goes though, I'd have to say it looks like Purple do have the stronger team. They do have that Jax who can hyper carry, and they've got that Kassadin who is definitely like a hyper carry AP for sure. And another thing as well is that the Kassadin can cancel Shen ult. It just has to riff walk in silence. I think we've seen that in a couple of New Zealand tournaments in the past. I think VGR ran Kassadin top to shut down a Shen, worked out really well for them.
I don't know if he was actually top, but I think he ended up sitting in his lane, just ruining his day every time he tried to TP.
I see.
It was a very effective counter, and it's not something you automatically think Kassadin countering Shen.
Yeah, for sure.
But very effective and played well. And so we've got 14 seconds left on the clock, and then we'll go into delay.
Yep, and I see they've picked up that Zac there. They haven't got something like a Zac Ari combo, but Zac in his own right is always a strong pick, so...
Very annoying, bouncing around the map, dropping globs everywhere. Flubbers, I think they have been officially named by the People's Whisper.
Okay, Flubbers. Well, far be it from us to go against the People's Whisper.
People's Whisper.
Who's currently in Talbot at the moment, so... He'll be alright. He's having a good time down there, I believe.
Well, we don't actually know that for sure.
Oh, well,
he could be having a terrible time.
He's been texting saying it's been a bit of fun, but, you know, he could be lying.
Yeah, he could be.
Could be.
Could be People's Liar.
People's Liar.
People's Liar.
Remember to comment that on the stream next Thursday community event. Just say, we heard you call the People's Liar. Just don't tell them it was me.
Ew.
In fact, tell them it was the Mix who came up with that.
Yeah, love it. It's sneaking across the border.
Alright, so we're just waiting for the game to start here. There should be... I'm not really sure who to give the spot lane to. I mean, Nami is always really, really strong. But if Ez can start landing a few of those Qs, Emma's not going to have a good time with it.
Yeah, it's pretty important for Ez to land his Qs, being its
his
key ability.
His main damage spell, yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can get a few things like Zyra Snare plus Ez following up, they could go quite aggressive in that lane. And I mean, Nami Bubble's strong. Ez does have that Arcane Shift to get away, so I wouldn't expect him to be at risk of death too much early game.
Yeah, it's interesting that the EZ, even though he is up against Nami, hasn't taken.
Yep.
Because you can cleanse the bubble.
Yep, you can. I suppose cleanse might have been a good pickup here as well, because they do have Lux. They do have that Nami and Shen. Yep. I suppose he might, like, one argument for Barry is, like, it will allow him to survive some of the burst that comes out. Like, if he gets J for Ultra plus Lux, that might be the crucial thing that saves him.
But I guess at the same time, you've always got to take into account, you can dodge the Lux ult if you haven't been bound, but you can't dodge the Lux ult if you're sitting there stunned.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I guess it is personal preference. Do you like to back yourself with your ability to dodge the damage, or do you need to soak it up with that barrier?
Yeah, that's true. I suppose, like, if they had something like a Taric or a target, like a target to summon that bot lane there, then I definitely would have said he'd go for the cleanse, but we'll see how it plays out for him. So that's always a bit of a funny combo on a AD carry who doesn't have cleanse or doesn't have Quicksilver Sash, just running up and Taric stunning them and then just instantly dropping them with Lux. It's always good fun. About 30 seconds to go, then we're back into it. You remember, keep hitting us up in the chat, guys. If you want any shout outs, more than happy to. Yeah.
Just cracking a few beers here at the OCG streaming center.
Yep, it's been a long day of casting, so...
It has been a very long day of casting.
Couple of drinks, never hurt anyone.
Well, apart from the guy who has a couple of drinks and then drives and crashes his car and kills his whole family.
Apart from him and the family, and yes, and apart from people who die of alcohol poisoning, I mean, a couple of drinks most certainly would have hurt them too.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was the couple of the drinks or the 400 they had that got to them.
It's a good point, it's a good point.
Yeah, but don't drink and drive.
No, it's a public service announcement to you guys.
Don't drink and play league either, because you bloody terrible.
Yep, and I've, the Alright Pirate has been on the wrong end of that a few times in his games.
Been on the right end of that a few times as well.
And we see the TPA is coming out. I always like that skin.
I always like
the Koi Nami. I call it too.
I don't know.
No, not a fan of the fish.
For me.
No. Whoa.
Woo.
It's gonna be here all night, people.
I am.
Warlord
Wow.
Shen.
I hope not be here all night.
I hope they're not all night. It's a while. No, Saturday nights, we don't have much going on.
Saturday night's alright. Saturday night's alright.
It's actually seeking a recording contract, so got connections, hit him up.
Oh, of course. But we're now in the game. Things are happening. And we are watching this on a 60-inch plasma screen at the OCG Streaming Center. We'll be posting some pictures on Facebook after the event of our new high-tech streaming environment.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Yep, and we see just Jarvan heading toward his own jungle there, and the pings go out from the red team. I think they just want to protect their own red buff.
Haven't seen a huge amount of jungle invades this tournament.
No, it will be interesting to see if they decide to ward their own red, because Jarvan's one of those champions who, if he gets a quick level 2 Smiteless Blue, can easily just walk through Baron Pit, flag pull over the wall, and start taking down the opposing jungler's red.
Definitely.
We actually see blue team, they're just going to protect their buffs there.
It's very important. Protecting your buffs, protecting your jungler, because he's the one who's going to come into your lane, everybody in it, and get you a hit.
Exactly. I mean, no point calling out new jungler, please gank, if you're not going to protect his buffs.
If you don't help out the jungler, how can the jungler help you out?
Yep, and you do see that from time to time in the old solo queue, or YOLO queue, as some people like to call it. If the jungler decides you haven't helped them enough to just leave, she just says, alright, I'm not coming to your lane. So there you go, a little bit of a tip for the day, always help out your jungle. Now, let's see if I've called this right, if J4 will go for the invade on red. And both teams just going for fairly standard, starting up their blue buffs. Is given a little bit of help here.
It's always important to remember that 9 out of 10. No, I can't tell that. Can't tell that joke. But I'm pretty standard. We aren't seeing a huge amount of progression in the game. And oh, a very nice Nami bubble and a bit of damage going on Zyra. Maybe they could have gotten a bit more, but Zyra was quite reactive there. Got bubbled, took the damage, turned around, put the snare right onto MF, and easy just dropped the kill.
And it looks like Jarvan's decided just to go for his own route. And strange, did he not clear that wolf cap?
No, generally what people do now is they go straight from blue to red, because the amount of XP you buy those two caps has been increased, that will actually give level 3.
Okay, so getting a little bit of knowledge here. I've kind of dropped out of the meta. We see J4 actually might come in for an early game here, or...
And there are no wards, but it's spotted by creeps.
There was one ward in the river. I don't think that was...
No, I don't think they know he's here.
No. His Arcane Shift is down, so we could see Jarvan get aggressive here.
Oh, and very nice gank on mid. Lux is taking a ton of damage.
And he goes down. It's going to be first one. Zach's passive is up, I believe, so he should survive this one.
But maybe... Ooh, it's going to be close.
Cassidy might have to tank this for him, actually.
Oh, no, there he goes.
Oh, he goes down.
On the last second of the
last
revive.
second, man.
Wow.
He's not going to be happy at all about that one. And Lux still got the kill as well.
So she's going to be a bit unhappy, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But still definitely worth it. First blood.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame Zach couldn't have given that kill to Cassidy, because now Lux does have that one kill up. But luckily, Lux isn't going to be able to finish off that chalice just yet.
No, that actually would have been really strong.
Very nice bubble from the Nami though.
The Nami has been very consistently pushing with the bubble.
And are we going to see him move on? No, they're not going to. Or that is. And they still don't have a ward down on that tri-rush, so there is an opportunity for...
Or J4 to sneak in.
Yep, because the Ezra Slash is up and his barrier, but if we can try and build one of those cooldowns, very helpful.
Because that ward in the river, it is... Oh no, it is for... Yeah, so we'll see.
And we see Jarvan giving up on that and moving up towards mid lane. I mean, he did walk over a ward, so Casson probably has an idea that he's coming for him.
Yeah, but it's probably a good idea to be trying to get in on that mid lane, getting him on that Casson before level 6. Because once he hits level 6, he's just really hard to put down. you've got to wait for him to rift walk into creeps or rift walk and do some damage to your red. Just
Exactly. Like unless you can one-shot him in the time that light binding lasts, which is quite difficult, really, then you have trouble.
you might be waiting around a while.
So yeah, we're calling out Euphorics a little bit. So
Oh, we're not
pretty much
calling
fine.
him out specifically. I'm just talking as a jungler.
Yeah.
Choose to rely on the mid lane to land his Siss. Much better if you can get it off with that.
Personally, I'm a notoriously bad luck. Particularly with, that's why I don't play much. Particularly with the ult, I seem to always miss that ult.
Yeah, it's a bit deceptive, really. It's you. There are often times you think, like, "Oh, I've got this for sure," and then,
Yeah.
what? That went straight through.
And Cassidy is level 5 now, so he's done quite well. Because as Cassidy, you really just want to be sort of holding up that level 6. You can get off a little bit of harass, but you know that once you hit that level 6, you just become a beast.
Huge power spike.
And it's very similar to Jack as well. He's going a little bit aggressive on that Shen, which is good.
Yeah, it's interesting. We haven't really been watching this lane, so we haven't been able to see how the trades go. But we might see some action here with Zach.
Yeah, and Jack's actually starting with double Doran's Blade there, so he just wants a little bit of early power.
I wonder what tipped the Shen off there, because he didn't have wards out lane. Must have just had feet. But tonight it's going to be a Shen. No, Zach. Okay. Wow, that really is.
Yeah. Yep, maybe stick to the scene.
Maybe just stick to the tournament organizer.
Alright, and we see, we have a quick look at CS there. Cassinon's up 13 CS ahead on that Lux.
Which is understandable given that Lux was forced back to base in the form of death by the Zach.
And that's not a good sign for the blue team, because Cassinon, as we've just been saying, his weakness is early game.
Yeah,
So,
it is quite hard.
oh, and he accidentally buys 2 tips of Titus there. That's going to be painful for him there.
Yeah, that's always hard.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes a Shen off. Interesting play there. Is that just
And-
to get away from the Jacks?
No, I think he's helping out.
Thought that maybe the MF was going to get chomped down.
Yep, and I think that's going to hurt him. Like, when you play Shen, that ult doesn't quite work out for you. It's really painful. He does have teleport up, and I have a feeling he will teleport back up to that top
To
turret.
defend that turret, yeah.
But still, that Jack's just got like a decent amount of free farm there, and a bit of damage onto that turret for nothing particular.
Yeah, because not only do you use your ult, you lose CS in your lane, you lose XP, and then he didn't really achieve down bottom. And we've got a pause coming out, so we'll see what that is about.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have a lane swap up top with that. It looks like the Shen's actually heading down to bot lane, and that Nami and Misfortune heading up top, which is interesting.
A summoner has reconnected.
Alright, it looks like Jax is coming back into the game, so we should have the game unpause very soon. And yeah, that is an interesting lane swap actually. Shen, I mean, Jax isn't the strongest 2v1 laner because obviously he just has to jump, he's got to fight in melee range, doesn't really have any range abilities to farm, and he doesn't have any sort of inherent sustain either. So, we'll see how that goes for him. As far as Shen versus Ez and Zyra goes, not too sure how that's going to work out. I mean, if you can dodge those, if you can dodge the skill shots, he should be alright. He does have some pretty decent sustain with his Awful Blades and his shield. So, as and yeah, just have to see if J4 helps him out a bit. Yeah, very unfortunate for that Cassidy that he did accidentally buy those 2 tiers of the goddess. That's set him back slightly. He would have been not sure exactly how much gold he had when he did that, but he might have been able to buy a ruby crystal as well to build towards that catalyst. It shouldn't hurt him too much in the long run, but yeah, obviously he'll be a bit disappointed by that. It's also good to see on the purple team here that both the jungler on Zac and the mid laner Cass have picked up wards just to help out a little bit. So while it is usually the support's job to ward as much as they can, it's always good to try and help them out because they can't ward the whole map. And as we've seen in a few of these games, teams with better vision, wards are definitely a good investment. Should never be based with that one.
Yeah, no, I think I need to get some glasses and maybe some contacts because my vision, and not just in game, is getting progressively worse. Some people might say it's because I spend too much time. Unfortunately.
Some people be wrong. You can even spend too much time watching League.
Yeah, exactly.
Particularly when you got the two best shark castles in the world.
In the world!
It's People's Whisper. I'm kidding, I love you, People's Whisper.
If you're watching from Taupo, we love you and purely platonic.
Well, speak for yourself.
Wow, actually, me and Greg, we go way back.
Way back.
Way back. Probably not as far back. I don't know if I'm trying to pull that one out. But I do remember one time when we were with PFF at I think it was like Symphony in the Park. It was the first time I met Greg, and if you haven't met Greg / the People's Whisper, he's quite a good looking guy. You know, he's got his dreamy blonde hair.
Sure.
Pretty dreamy.
Actually, we see a lot of damage
very
go down
nice
to-
ult from MF. A lot of damage coming out, and the exhaust could not save her. But Easy's punishing this Nami. Ugh!
And actually, Caston picked up a kill in mid lane there, which we didn't quite get, but
Oh,
very
nice.
Arcane Barrage, I believe it's called.
Yes,
Yes, there we go, I've got the name down. Actually, can we skip a slide?
Doesn't really matter.
Okay. Yeah.
But we are behind, so let's give us a live stream, man.
Yeah, there we go, we're back live. And that was a bit of a strange fight. It looked like MF had the advantage there, but I think she might have gone into turret range to kill that Zyra, and then Ez just cleaned up.
Yeah, there was an exhaust down on her the whole time, and I don't think Zyra really saw that coming. I don't think she saw the ult coming out. You know, they were quite dominant. You know, they got that exhaust down. They got a lot of damage out on her very early. But you know, Easy with his kind of bursty damage, he relies on that Q so much at the levels. Couldn't quite finish her off in time to save his support.
I see he's called the anorexic dinosaur, but he's having no issues feeding off that top lane there.
Ooh. Nom 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 nom.
Nom,
watch
nom.
that calorie intake, or he won't be anorexic anymore.
Alright, it seems they've actually both swapped lanes, so we've got the 1v1. Seems Purple Team's pretty keen to have that Jax vs Shen lane.
And why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You got level 8, you got your ult, you've got some items as well, pretty nice items.
And yep, we just got a pause going on. I'm guessing someone probably has computer issues, possibly the Jax.
It's probably the Jax DCing again. That's unfortunate. He's been playing really well.
Yep, and it looks like he might be going for that Blade of the Rune King. He's picked up that Vampiric Scepter quite early, so he's got really heavy sustain.
Yeah, 3 lots of lifesteal. OP.
It's quite strong against the Shen as well, because it just means that if Shen wants to trade with that Vorpal Blades, it just won't be that easy for him.
Yeah, and Vorpal Blade is just such an important skill to have mastery of with playing Shen. Anytime you are engaging, whether it's minions or the hero, you want that Vorpal Blade up, giving you that buff, giving you those H5 ticks.
We see the Jax actually roaming up a little bit there, but no, he's just going to head back down, back to his lane.
And Nami's done a really good job clearing wards. You can see J4 here in the try. There's actually 3 vision wards up top. So that's quite an investment to allow your jungler to get in there and gang.
Yeah, actually, that is quite heavy warding from up there. Obviously, they're really keen to sort of shut down that lane. Oh no, now he goes down again to the anorexic dinosaur.
Yeah, real nice pick. Very interesting, man, because you know that.
Very nice engaged by that Zac there. And there we see the power of Zac, just jumping over from the enemy team's Wraith camp and just setting up a free kill for... Oh, actually, he took the kill, but...
J4 is trying to get something done, and he drops his ult down. Zyra gets the bind off, and here comes the MF ult, and just shreds that support. So, bit of a trade, support for support on top.
Yeah, they really needed that kill. In fact, they probably need to take advantage more of the vision advantage they have. And actually, we see a 3-man gank coming down on the Shen here. And we might see Zac sort of wait till he can line up a jump and then just hit in.
But, you know, he's quite close to his tower.
There we go.
He does have flash up, he's got taunt up. it's going to be interesting to see. Will he stay by the tower? Oh, very nice juke flash, but I don't think it's safe.
I have a feeling he's going to go down here. And that's just nice coordination by Purple Team.
Yeah, they really know how to use their team, get them around the map, get them into positions where they can actually capitalize on those kills.
It's a lot of fun playing Jax with Cassidy on team as well, because you can sort of follow his rift walks around a little bit.
Yeah, with his leap strikes. Stream man, can you bring me my beer? Oh. Oh.
And
Oh, I have to go get my own beer. This is very, very upsetting.
I can't reach it. And we see not much going on actually. See Jarvan going on the Cassidy, and actually, he managed to dodge the laser there. But he did actually flash, which was a little bit strange, because I have a feeling his Riftwalk was up. May have just been a panic flash. And we see Nami just clearing out those wards again. So Nami investing a lot of gold into these pink wards up top, and that's really going to hurt him mid to late game unless they can sort of take advantage of that fact. You see, Ez has actually picked up a 13-minute Blade of the Road King, so he's going to be pumping out quite a lot of damage. One item you see too commonly on Ez actually, but I mean, it's strong nonetheless this early in the game. And Jax down the bot lane there has picked up that Cutlass, so it just gives him sort of a lot more kill potential. We do see another gank coming onto the Zyra up here by J4, and he is going to get dropped instantly there. And is actually, no, very nice arcane shift and then followed by flash, I believe. So, nicely done by him to get out of that. So that's some good work by blue team there, or like setting themselves up for that. We do see a Cassian trying to sneak in here with a Zac. And I have a feeling those recalls are going to get caught out. And Cassian might be looking to pick up a kill here on that inner. Oh no, kills the Nami, and I think it's going to get quite a few kills there. That's just going to go all horribly wrong for blue team. And Cass picks up the double kill. Yep, and no, he's probably not going to take down that Shen. But yeah, like, just as blue team seems like they're making some plays, picking up a kill up top and going for that turret, they just get crushed by the coordination of blue team. And Jax, so we see Jax picking up that tower down on bot, so well done by him. And that Cassidy now is 82 CS, 4 for 0 for 3, versus that 1 for 4 Lux. At this point, I think it's going to be, it's only 14 minutes in, but blue team's got a bit of a battle ahead of them. We always like an underdog just coming back though, so